Oh my God, we are back for a very special episode of Grindhouse Chic. Tonight, I am only joined by Matt Armstrong, and we are going to do something very special. Something very special. He just got his halfway to Black Friday order in. He is going to unbox it, and I am going to roast whatever movies he has or offer witty comments if I can't roast them. But Matt, before we start, I had a very interesting exchange before the comedy show tonight.
Yeah.
I'm wearing my New York Ninja shirt.
Ooh,
And
okay, nice.
there was a very attractive girl at the bar, and she said, looked at me, she goes, "Is New York Ninja a band?" And I'm like, "No." Let me tell you what it is. It was a movie that was made in the early 80s, never finished. A company found it, actually bought the reels of it. No sound, no script, and they decided to try to reconstruct it. Then she looked it up on YouTube and watched the trailer, and she goes, "I have to fucking see this movie." And I'm like, you do.
Did you tell her you've got it back at your place?
No, because earlier in the evening, I was outside talking to some of their comics, and there was a guy just standing next to her, and one of the other comics was like, "You looking to get some pussy tonight?" And he didn't say anything, and then she just kind of leaned over and said, "I am." And I'm like, "I like you." Because if I'm not getting any, I don't want that guy to be getting any.
Yeah.
But
Nice.
let's do it. I'm excited to see what you got. I know some of the things that are in there, but I don't know everything.
Yeah, I purposefully did not look back at my orders. So some of this,
before you open home, does your wife know that you spent your one day future kids college fund today?
Yes and no.
All right, so just pick out one title at a time, and we are going to go as long as it takes. Hopefully it doesn't take longer than an hour.
Yeah.
Because I still got to watch the movie we're talking about tomorrow. I've been dreading this one.
Yeah, really?
I hate Over the Top. Fucking hate it.
Oh man, it's so good. I'm gonna have to bring this down on my lap here.
Dude, you finally have something big between your legs. Boom. Roast number one.
Oh. Probably not good that I ordered 15 copies of Dead Heat.
You know, I doubt Joe Pisco's getting any of the money, so I'm okay with that. All right, let me ask you this.
All right.
All right, no, just surprise me with the first title.
Oh, these ones I know you'll get a roast in on. Do you like to make fun of me for non-movie related items here? I did the books.
Let me ask you. No, I have no problem with it. I like that people are reading, but are you ever actually going to read those books?
I mean, maybe.
Did you pick up the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood novelization?
I did not know.
You should pick that one up. That's actually really good.
I think the only other book one I got is I think it was from A24, and I think it was just literally the script for Hereditary.
I still have to see that movie. All right, so which book did you get?
What? I got them both.
So you got Creature?
Yep, Creature and Scared to Death.
Well, after seeing Scared to Death, you might be bored to death reading that one. But is Creature written by the author of the movie, the writer-director of it?
No.
Okay.
Neither.
Interesting. The writer-director was the same person, I think. Same thing. He also did Scared to Death. But yeah, Scared. We'll talk about Scared to Death in greater detail at some point in the near future. But
yeah, neither of these. They're both written by different people, and neither of them are William Malone.
Okay. Fun fact: William Malone was born in Lansing, Michigan.
Nice.
Yeah.
Was that where you were living?
Nope. I've only done comedy there.
Oh.
Yeah. And went to the Capitol when I was a kid. All right. What's next? What else you get?
They are packed tightly. All right, so I got some of the drive-ins.
Okay.
I got the Executioner Part 2 and Frozen Scream.
First of all, it's so good that you got that on DVD. I like both of those movies. I think the Executioner Part 2 is dumb fun. I think Frozen Scream, like any Renee Harmon film, is just stupid as fuck, but I'll watch it because it's entertaining.
Yeah.
But
yeah, and I kind of was hesitant to get these because I didn't know, with Vincent bringing back the this line, I didn't know if they were just gonna bump them all up to Blu-ray or if they were just gonna do all new ones to it. So
I think they'll do all new ones. I don't think you'll ever see the Executioner Part 2 on Blu-ray again.
Okay.
Because I think
for any reason.
I think everybody who let me rephrase it. I would be disappointed if they did, because that was an Indiegogo bonus for donating to Exploitation TV.
Oh, okay. Nice.
But I mean, it's out on Blu-ray. Someone was selling it for $201 on the official page a couple days ago.
The Executioner Part 2.
There was only 555 of them, or 550 some of those made on Blu-ray.
Do you have it?
I do.
Nice.
So I gotta go back. So when they announced the Indiegogo campaign, they didn't tell you what movie it was. And I, for some reason, thought it was going to be Santa Gold, this wrestling zombie movie that was made in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you, when I heard it was Executioner Part 2, I'm like, what the fuck? I'd never heard of that. How could it not be Santa Gold? And I really, really want that movie released at some point. And hopefully Vinegar Syndrome or Severin or Dark Force or Code Red can get the rights to it, because the world needs to see it, and I need to see it.
You said it's a wrestling zombie movie?
Yeah. I'll send you some clips of it. It used to air during like all the wrestling shows in the early 90s, late 80s.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Nice.
What else? What other drive-in classics do you get?
I got the Jekyll and Hyde portfolio and a clock blue work. Is that what this is called?
Yeah. Also was released on
Clockwork Blue.
Yeah, that was also a double feature that was released on Blu-ray in the early days of Vinegar Syndrome. Very limited. I don't have that one, but I've seen the Jekyll and Hyde portfolio, and I don't need to own it.
All right. Excited for that one then.
I mean, I saw it. It was on Exploitation TV, and it was like,
yeah. Well, I never buy DVDs anymore, but I felt like for 2 movies for what, $7 seemed worth it.
It is like it is. I'm excited to see what other drive-ins ones you got, because I'm hoping you got my favorite one in there.
Okay. Next one is Marsha the Erotic Housewife, for single swingers only and her odd tastes. Triple feature.
I have not seen that one. I don't own that one. Tell me how it is, and I'll buy it at the next sale.
I will. Wow, it really is 3 movies. 70 minutes long. That's gonna be a marathon.
You don't have to watch them all at one time.
No, I got to.
All right, so please don't kill yourself afterwards.
Next is Bloodthirst and the Thirsty Dead.
I haven't seen those 2 either.
No.
They're looking like some zombies, I think,
or vampires. I'm not sure. Next is Anatomy of a Psycho and The Lonely Sex.
I haven't seen those either. Wow. I'll admit there were a lot of drive-in stuff I did not pick up.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. I didn't realize there were so many of them until I was like, I'm just gonna start getting these, and the cart really filled up.
I mean, for me, it was the Peakorama at the beginning. That's what attracted me to Vinegar Syndrome.
I looks like I've got some of those coming up here. Did I didn't hit your favorite drive-in yet?
Not yet. There are two of them that are my
Okay.
favorite, but
next one I got is Sweet Trash and The Hang Up.
fuck yeah, that's my favorite right there. Those
Yes.
movies are so fucking good. The Hang Up, holy fuck, is such an intense movie. It's one of those films I wish someone would remake. The other one's really good too. The director of that did direct porn afterwards, and he directed this amazing film called Baby Rosemary, starring Sharon Thorpe. It's just one of the this guy in an alternate reality became a really good filmmaker because he was one, and I am so glad Vinegar Syndrome introduced me to those two films and Baby Rosemary.
Is it the same director?
Director, yeah.
John
I think so.
Hayes.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Well, I'm excited for that one then. You haven't been roasting me too hard yet.
No, not yet. Not yet. I'm actually surprised you bought all those drive-in ones.
I feel like there's got to be more in the box. I thought there was more than that. Next one I got is The Blue Hour.
I have not seen that one either.
Looks like it's got two other, or maybe one other movie on it. Next one is Physical Attraction and Classical Romance.
So that is a Peakorama film. Classical Romance is actually a really good film. It's just really weird. It just really weirds me out. That these are films. These are actual films that have fucking in it, unlike porn of today, which is just all fucking.
Right.
But no, Classical Romance is an interesting movie, and so is what was the other one? Physical
Attraction.
Who stars in that one?
It doesn't have them listed separately. Shanna McCullough,
Okay.
Pamela Mann, someone named Herschel Savage.
I got to talk about Herschel Savage for a second. Not only is he one of the greatest porn actors of all time, there used to be a band out of Canada that was called the Herschel Savage something, and I got to see him a few times, and they had to change their fucking name.
Really?
Yeah, I was just really excited they named a band after him, and every dude in there was like, "We know who he is. We know the reference."
Did they like get in trouble with Herschel Savage, or?
I have no idea. I just know they released an album and the name was different.
Huh.
But I think I used to own the vinyl at one point when I had a record player, and yeah, it was a great album.
Nice.
All right, what else?
Next one we got Cry for Cindy, and Touch Me.
Ooh, erotica. Isn't one of them just a edited version of each other? I think Cry for Cindy, I remember at Exploitation TV, they had a censored version of it, or a rated R version of it.
I don't know. They're all different years. I think they're different movies.
Okay. I might be thinking of something else then.
Yeah, I can tell you, I have never seen any of these movies that I've pulled out so far. So if you ask me any questions, I don't know.
They're all on the box. What else is there?
Yeah. Okay, back to drive-in. We got The Suckers and The Love Garden.
The Suckers is an okay film. I haven't watched Love Garden.
Looks like it's black and white.
It's hard to roast some of these when you haven't seen them.
Yeah. Okay, looks like that was the end of the drive-in for this one. We've got
Are there more drive-ins in the box?
Um, oh yeah, there's tons. I'll do this one next.
Okay.
Are you just really hoping that I say your second favorite one?
Yes. Yeah.
All right. We have The Dungeon of Horror and Death by Invitation.
I've seen Dungeon of Horror because it was on one of the 5 years, 5 films. Is that the one directed by Pat Boyette?
Yes.
Pat Boyette was a comic book artist after he made this movie, and you could tell he was an artist. It was an okay film.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything to write home about, but it was okay. But it's a good choice. It's good to have in your collection.
I honestly think out of everything, I'm most excited for these. I feel like they're going to be pretty entertaining, the drive-in ones.
Some are, some aren't. Okay, go on.
Oh, no, go ahead.
You got to think in the early days of Vinegar Syndrome, these were the cheapest things they could probably get to release.
Right.
So, I mean, there's a reason they stepped away from this line years ago.
Yeah. This one might be something good for Brian to dive into. We've got In Search of Bigfoot and Cry Wilderness, another Bigfoot movie.
Cry Wilderness is stupid.
Is it?
Yeah, they're both stupid.
The Bigfoot looks pretty rough in Cry Wilderness.
The best Bigfoot movie that Vinegar Syndrome released was on one of the all night Pono collections called The Geek.
I think I have that.
If you ever want to see Bigfoot fuck, that's the movie to watch. And you know what? We've seen Bigfoot rip a dick. In that one, you see Bigfoot get his dick sucked.
Ooh.
Yeah.
How is it
No, it wasn't big at all.
Scale or okay.
the feet size, dick size theory went out the window on that film.
Okay, good to know. Next I've got Judy and the Night Hustlers.
Can I see the cover for that one?
Yep.
I don't have that one.
No?
Huh.
Oh, this is reversed.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know anything about them, so I can tell you they're from the 60s. That's all. Virgin and the Lover and Lustful Feelings.
I've seen Lustful Feelings back when it was on exploitation TV. Is that a Peakorama?
No, it's a drive-in.
Huh. Yeah. At some point, there was a fine line between the drive-in and the Peakorama series.
Kind of seems that way from some of these. It says for viewers aged 18 to 85. So
When you're 86, you can't watch it.
yeah,
Your heart can't take it anymore.
We have Death Force and Vampire Hookers.
And that is the second favorite right there.
Nice.
Death Force is a little long, but I enjoy the fuck out of it. And Vampire Hookers with John Carradine.
The tagline is pretty good.
What
Warm
is it?
blood isn't all they suck.
I wonder if when Tarantino wrote From Dusk Till Dawn, if you saw Vampire Hookers before.
Something tells me he probably has. I feel like he's seen all of these.
Yeah. He's probably a lifelong subscriber to Vinegar Syndrome.
Might be, yeah.
Him and Rodriguez.
I was just thinking the other day, Rodriguez needs another movie to come out. I feel like he hasn't had anything in a while.
Didn't he have?
I was gonna say like
No, it was a Netflix movie. It was the sequel to Shark
Really?
Boy and Lava Girl.
Oh, that's why I don't have any idea what it is.
Hold on, I'm gonna look it up right now.
Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
And he directed 3 episodes of the Book of Boba Fett
Oh, nice.
and a movie. It looks like it'd be on Disney Plus. Oh, the Billie Eilish film.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he directed the Billie Eilish film.
That's kind of random.
And music video with Lady Gaga and Ariana Grande, Rain on Me.
So no films lately.
Well, the Shark Boy and Lava Girl sequel.
Okay.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't do another Sin City movie, I am fine with whatever he does.
Yeah.
I will ignore it. But when it comes to Sin City 2, and if he does another one, the rage will be back. All right. What else?
Did you like the first one?
I like the first one. I thought the second one was too many years too late. And when Frank Miller, who directed the Spirit movie, ate the Sin City style, it's like it's already done.
Yeah. Oh, next one we have Crypt of the Living Dead and House of the Living Dead.
That well, can you see the cover for that one? Yeah, that was also a limited edition Blu-ray from back in the day. There is the first one, Crypt of the Living Dead. I really like the ending to that movie. It's a nice little twist.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember the other movie at all.
I feel like these super limited edition Blu-rays are really gonna irk me. Really want to have just all the spine numbers on the shelf, and those sound like I'm not gonna have them.
Well, as I mentioned on a past episode, you won't have all the spine numbers because Corruption, Frightmare, and I think Demonoid, and a couple of the now out of print adult films, the first pressings all had an exploitation TV spine number.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so unless you get one of those, that you won't have all the spine numbers.
And they're probably super expensive.
I have no idea. I mean, I don't know. Someone was looking for $200 for the Executioner. I figured with as hot as Vinegar Syndrome is now and how limited that is, it would have been around $500 or $600.
Yeah.
But there's no slip cover, so
Ugh. No, thank you.
really?
No. Next I've got The Sexualist and Wendy's Palace. Again,
those are
really
those are movies that have been made.
Yeah.
They're neither one is good. I'm sorry.
We shall see. You're not a Colonel Kamal Horulu fan?
I am. He's one of my favorite adult directors.
Oh, well. Why are you dissing his movies?
Yeah, I know, but he is one of my favorite. I hope you got that one that they released from him. Now, I can't remember the name of it right now because Vinegar Syndrome site is down.
Well, maybe. This might be the last drive-in one. It's Little Miss Innocence and Teenage Seductress.
Third favorite.
Third favorite? Nice.
Yeah. One of those movies was made around the same time as Deadly Game, and it was included as a bonus feature in high def on the Deadly Game Blu-ray. And the other one is, and that's Little Miss Innocence, and the other one was on the released in high def on 5 films, 5 years, 5 films. But both of them are really good film, are really enjoyable movies.
So is everything on the five years ones just re-releases from a DVD?
Yes. And here's the rub. If there were if you had the DVD, you'd want to keep it because the extras were not ported over. Like Too Naughty to Say No. looks great in high def, but it would be better with the commentary of the director and writer of the film.
Yeah. They didn't even keep commentaries on either. Just
No, the commentary for that was from Suze Randell and her husband, was really good and really informative. And it boggles my mind because why do I want to keep two versions of the same movie that just take up shelf and box space?
right.
But yeah, keep the DVDs if you have them. But fucking great DVD for that one. All right.
All right, next. Really excited for this one actually.
I am too, because my edible just kicked in.
Super Soul Brother.
Yes. I will not say the other name of it on the show. Neither will Matt, because neither one of us wants to get canceled. Oh my god, that movie is so fucking great. Their AGFA needs to re-release it in high def. Oh, it's so funny. It was one of the best blaxploitation films that I've seen that I never heard of before. And Vinegar Syndrome has introduced me to a bunch of them, like the Candy Tangerine Man. But oh my god, this movie is so much fun. So much fucking fun.
Is this one that we'd be able to talk about, or
I don't even know where my copy. Oh no, I do know where my copy of it is. It's actually on my shelf. I would love to, but it's what, I don't think it's that long of a movie.
it is 74 minutes.
Yeah, I'll have to rewatch it to even think about talking about it, but I don't remember there being much of a story. It's kind of more of a Rudy Ray Moore film from someone less talented, but like Rudy Ray Moore, did not give a fuck about what they did on camera, and it's just a fun movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just read on here that he's bionic also.
Yeah,
Is it his whole body, or
I don't remember. All I remember is I remember when I got that one in the mail, I was so excited. It was the first thing I watched, and I watched it twice because I couldn't
Nice.
believe what I saw.
Maybe I'll watch that one first.
Well, we'll decide what that is when we see what the rest of the shit you got.
Yeah. Next, Young Girls Do, which sounds pretty creepy.
Let's see the cover for it. Can you show the cover?
Yeah.
Back down. All right. That movie is interesting I think that movie is interesting for one reason and one reason only. That the opening song is from the band Wall of Voodoo. And
that's it.
It's an okay movie. Shannon McCullough from Physical Attraction is in that one as well. It's a fun movie. It's but a Wall of Voodoo song in it. And I remember there was like there were some good scenes. It's an okay film. Sharon Kane's in it. She's always good in what she does. I can't remember.
Also, Herschel Savage.
He was a workhorse back in those days. I'm just gonna say it. He's fucked women that you've jerked off to. Or your dad did. I don't know.
Yeah. I was gonna say I don't know who any of these people are.
Except for Herschel Savage.
I don't know who that is either, but I'm just really intrigued by the name.
Well, he's Jewish, and in bed he's a savage.
What do I got next here? Got The Candidate with Johnny Gunman.
Can I see the cover for that one?
Yeah.
I don't have that one.
It looks like it's a DVD also.
I could tell that by the size of the package.
Yeah.
That was a double entendre.
All right, we've got this one. not too sure about
one?
Bible with an
Wakefield
exclamation
by
point.
by Wakefield Pool.
Yep.
It's not. I don't think it's a porno, but it stars porno actors, and I've seen scenes from it, and I've always meant to order it.
It might be gone now.
Oh,
I
is it
feel
other
like I don't know. I feel like I grabbed this one because it was super low, but there might still be some on there.
But the Vinegar Syndrome still hasn't announced that they're killing DVDs.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And Wakefield Pool will be one of those directors they should always keep in print. In fact, they should start re-releasing stuff in high def if they have the rights to it.
Yeah.
I know there are transfers out there because there was a guy who used to be a member of the official Vinegar Syndrome page who released some 500 burned on demand copies of the films of Wakefield Pool.
Nice.
I would have ordered it if it wasn't burned on demand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes that's pretty sketchy. Got champagne for breakfast.
Carlos fucking Tobalina.
Is that the director?
Yep. He's known for several things, putting himself in his movies. Thankfully, he doesn't have sex. Always using the same actors and his films. And he has a penchant for incest and orgies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like simultaneously?
Sometimes. Sometimes.
All right.
on.
Next.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
I think a really bad college rock band's name would be Incest and Orgies. All the members would adopt fake British accents. We all incest and orgies.
I feel like that sounds like a real thing already.
It should be. Not no. A band, not
Yeah.
a band and the orgies, but not the other thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stay away from that.
So this one I'm not sure if it's just a regular movie or not, but The Mothers.
The Mothers is a movie. It is a shot in the Philippines exploitation film, and it's fucking fun as hell. Also available on the 5 films, 5 years, 5 films.
Sounds like I should have got one of those. We have A Labor of Love.
That's a good one.
So this one is it like a documentary?
Can I see the cover, please?
Yes.
I don't think so.
I just
Don't
didn't know if
remember it
was
being.
like a fine document of the sometimes.
Yeah, it was, I guess.
Yeah, it seems like it. Seems like it is.
Yeah, I watched that on exploitation TV.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was going to be a documentary or something like Zach and Miri kind of thing.
If you want good documentaries, I don't know if you got it, the 3 documentary set by Alex Dorenzi with weed and
I don't think I have that. No.
get that at the next sale.
Okay.
The weed movie is great.
Unless it pops up in here. We have The Love Slaves.
The Love Slaves is so fucking sleazy. Can I see the cover for that one?
Yes.
Yeah, that one is brutal. Actually, yeah, that one is brutal. It is sleazy as fuck.
Yeah, I feel like what's his name? Michael Keane just started ordering all of Bob Chin's movies. I don't know anything about him, but he was trying to get all the Bob Chin movies to do like a big video about him.
Good for Bob Chin. He deserves it. He did all the Johnny Wad films with John Holmes back in the day. In the document, you ever see Boogie Nights?
Mm-hmm.
You know, in the documentary, there Julianne Moore's character is making about Dirk Diggler, and Dirk is talking about the making of his movies and all the creative vision, and Burt Reynolds' character is just like not just nodding his head in disagreement. In the WAD documentary, that is basically a scene right out of there with John Holmes talking all this shit, probably coked out of his mind, and Bob Chin going, "Why the fuck am I directing porn?"
Was that all he did, or did he direct other movies?
I have no idea, but if they were, they'd probably be like low budget exploitation films. Because that seemed to be the point of crossover between porno chic and mainstream.
Okay. Last one in this stack is the Oral Generation.
Some might call them the greatest generation. And then the anal generation came along.
Well, this should be an easy one. The Taboo box.
Taboo 1, 2, 3, and 4. In the band Incest and Orgies would also apply to these three movies, 4 movies. They're a little uncomfortable. They're a little uncomfortable.
Did you get your box yet? Your shipment?
Oh yeah. I got it like the week after.
Oh, okay. The Rudy Ray Moore box was like really cool looking, had cool art on it. This one just kind of looks just okay.
Yeah, what can you put on there?
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true, I
guess. You haven't seen those movies before?
I have not, no.
Are you a fan of continuity?
Like in a series of movies?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably prefer for it to be there.
Okay. These movies have no continuity.
They're just kind of sequels in name only.
No, they have a lot of the same characters who continue through the movies. Sometimes they have other siblings. Sometimes they say they're an only child. Suddenly the moms from the first 2 movies are best friends where they didn't know each other.
So they were kind of just writing this on the fly, or just not writing it at all.
It's like they weren't paying attention to their own product.
Yeah.
I mean, I know porn is back then was made on a shoestring budget. You could have got some coke and had someone be your continuity person between the movies. Someone who knew the Taboo universe inside and out and was able to keep the story straight with the writers. You can't do that because in the first movie, in the first 5 minutes, oh, who the fuck cares? They're not here to see the story. You don't understand, sir. At some point, future generations, these films are going to be re-released on home video in original aspect ratio, and people are going to be looking at it from a historical perspective. And this one guy on a very unpopular podcast is just going to call it out that there was no continuity of the movies. Sure, he's on the spectrum, and sure, he's thinking way too hard about it instead of pleasuring himself. But you know what? We owe it to a future generation. You're fired, kid. Give me the coke back.
What podcast are you talking about?
Talk about ours. Of course, this could be the speech that blows us up, that helps us go viral, where Master Chaos and Michael Keane and Aaron Pym are all begging us to be on their live streams. They'll be like, hey, slip covered Dan or whatever your name is, you're out. These guys are funnier. And why the fuck are you calling yourself slip cover? It's like you don't care about the movie, you just care about the slips.
Is that a person? I don't. Why
Yeah.
have I not seen this person?
His name is Slipcover something, and he loves the slip covers. And which I'm excited about because we've been talking for a while now, and I haven't seen a fucking slip cover yet. So
There's actually some in this stack right here.
let's see what's next.
Next, we've got Blue Ice.
With Herschel Savage.
Yep, he's in here.
I love Blue Ice. Danielle's in it. Fuck. A lot of the same people who were also in Dracula. Same director.
Dracula sucks.
Yep. Yes. They should have called it Dracula Sucks, Licks, and Fucks. But Blue Ice is interesting. I the plot is insane, but it's just ridiculously fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen people talk about it and figured I'd finally get it.
The commentary is also really good on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By Herschel Savage.
It's Bill Margold. I think Herschel Savage is in it on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Get some expert analysis.
No, you're getting that right now from me.
Next one, first slipcover. It's Hobgoblins.
It's a fun movie. I remember renting it on VHS. I can't remember which video store. I think it was Video House. And basically bitching that we're getting the low rent Gremlins. And in some ways, I prefer it to Gremlins.
Yeah.
Because they're flying around at the end of the movie in these little UFO type things, which is fucking awesome.
Yeah, this is one of the few from Vinegar Syndrome that I remember seeing quite a bit when I was younger.
I think the slipcover looks beautiful.
Yeah, it does. This one, I'm not sure of. I guess it looks cool. The Bees.
Show it. You got to show it. People got to see illustrated John Saxon.
Then the back is just like a blurry bee.
I have this one. I've never opened it. Bees terrify me. I'm going to tell you why. This is going to age me, but when I was like 6 years old, my neighbor Alana Sampson was having a birthday party, and her dad owned like some like traveling amusement park. So they closed off the courtyard. They got a bouncy house, and I think there were go-karts. It was like really cool. And that later that night, the first episode of Battlestar Galactica was going to air, and I was so excited about it. As I was waiting to get into the bouncy house, I got stung by a bee. Guess who's also allergic to bees? This guy. So I had to go to the hospital.
Was that the first time you realized you were allergic?
That was the first time I ever got stung by a bee. Guess who missed the first episode of Battlestar Galactica? Guess who lost a lot of nerd cred in my elementary school small geek community?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So did you have to how did that work back then? Did you have to wait for it to go into syndication and watch a rerun?
Actually, no. The first episode of Battlestar Galactica got re-edited as a movie and released theatrically. So I saw that, but it wasn't until I got the Blu-ray set that I finally saw the pilot of it in its original format. So these terrify me because if I was one of those horror movies, you would see me explode. Which would make for great cinema. But I don't want to go out that way.
Yeah. I used to be terrified of bees because I remember when I was a kid, the news started running all these breaking news things about African killer bees invading the US. And I like used to run through scenarios in my head if I was outside and saw a swarm, like how I would escape it.
When Red Dawn came out, my friends and I were trying to figure out ways to get into the mountainous area from suburban Michigan. And we just figured the woods behind the house would do, which we were teenagers. We should have known better. That we would have been found out. And the fact was that we were all suburbanites. We had no idea what to do. We never had a dad to tell us crime was weak. That you have to drink the blood of a deer to become a man. I was never taught that shit. I would succumb to the Russians and turn in my friends in a second. All right, what is next?
Hopefully you never have to worry about that. I got Babyface
One. There's no nudity on the cover, is there?
No.
Okay. All right. Babyface is Alex Dorenzi's masterpiece. It's about a guy who's down on his luck and is taken in by a she pimp and put into her stable at a brothel.
Nice.
All because he got caught having sex with Babyface, and then her mom likes to frequent the man whores and torture them.
So this character's actual name in the movie is Babyface.
Is Babyface.
Okay.
Another fun fact: one of the cops, the African American cop at the beginning of the film, was a former National Wrestling Alliance television tag team champion. Has no fucking in the movie, but that's because he had a career in the squared circle. That movie has some really good dialogue, and
I can't tell if you're being serious about
no, it
that.
does. It's Alex Dorenzi was a director I didn't discover until Vinegar Syndrome started releasing his stuff, and he makes interesting films. While I love Babyface 1, I prefer the sequel because it's basically a riff on all the 80s teen sex comedies that were coming out around that time, but doing what those movies couldn't do.
Right.
So
yeah, I don't know if I got the rest of them in here or not. A couple more slips here. And I heard this one was actually pretty bad. The Memorial Valley Massacre.
we'll talk about that on the show. I have a soft spot for that movie.
Okay.
Because of the ridiculous plot.
Interesting. Okay. And I feel like I can probably show this one. I think these are male.
What?
I got Pals.
Okay, yeah.
Did you see it?
Yeah. No,
The
I
movie?
haven't seen Pals.
Oh, okay.
No.
I don't know anything about it, but I think this was one that was going pretty quickly when it came out.
Which one?
Pals.
Okay. Oh, I thought you were showing something else.
Oh no.
Who released Pals? What label was it?
That is Altered Innocence. The one you grunt about every time I bring it up.
I don't grunt. I want to like their stuff, but there's a point where it just seems to get lost on the very artsy side, and they lose me. They lose me at it. Though there is one they're going to be releasing soon. I think Sean Sullivan posted a link to, he just saw it like at the New Beverly. And I'm like, I will buy that one. That one looks great when that one comes out. I can't really know it, but it looked like a queer prog rock film. And that's what the world needs more of. So I'm just going to say while you're searching for it, on top of all this, you also got the halfway subscription.
That is correct.
Can I do a Price is Right guess on how much you spent?
Yeah.
1932.
Less.
1768.
Less.
1700.
Less.
1530.
Less.
1492.
Less.
1230.
Less.
There's no way all of this is $1,000, under $1,000.
It was a little more.
There's no way all this is $1,100.
Yeah, it was right around there.
Oh, the subscription was like 600.
No, it was with the coupon, I think it was 480.
Okay.
I mean, you got to remember, most of these are $7 DVDs.
Yeah, but yeah, I paid more for them back in the day.
But to that point, I guess, with the like the Flash stuff, since that was back in March, I guess that would be another, how much was that, like $250 or something?
I just ordered Cloak and Dagger at that for that one.
Oh, okay.
Which I can't wait to talk about that movie.
Yeah, I'm actually super excited for that one. I got the rest of them pulled out here. Next I have Death Machines.
I love that movie.
Yeah, I kept eyeballing this one and finally just got it.
You should find it. I don't know. I hope it's still in print. It was released from Garage House Pictures. It was called Ninja Busters. Okay. Same director. Both of them are great. Ninja Busters, because it's more of a comedy, I think it's a better movie. But they're both fantastic and make a great double feature.
Okay. Nice. Yeah. Ninja Busters. Cool. Next I got Fanny Hill.
It's okay. It's one, I know why they released it, but to me it's like right up there with Goodnight Miss Wyckoff.
Mm-hmm.
Not what I would expect from Vinegar Syndrome back then.
Yeah.
Goodnight Miss Wyckoff, I know why they would release it today.
I haven't watched that one either.
I remember I went to a horror convention to pick up an order I made with Vinegar Syndrome, and I talked to James for a while, and he gave me a shitload of movies. Like, I paid for some, but I got a ton of free ones too.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day, many years ago, and one of them was Jungle Blue, and one of them was that movie, and so it's what excited me about this company was just getting to discover films that for some reason were locked away in the dark recesses of a vault.
Yeah.
Waiting for someone to put them out and actually care about it. And that's what, again, Vinegar Syndrome was. And in a way it still is. but they've evolved now to this uber hip collectors label that is now putting out better releases of movies that have already come out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of mixed on it. At the same time, I do wish it was more, stuff that's never been released. But a lot of the stuff that they're putting out, while it is a re-release, it's most of them I don't have, so it's good in that effect, I guess. But yeah, it's kind of goes in the opposite direction of what they were originally doing.
Yeah, I mean, I think everything from the sale, minus the VSAs, and I don't know about the history of Cloak and Dagger, was an upgrade for me. And the Miami connection, we'll talk about it more when you pull that one out, but I'm glad I have it. It's better than the Alamo, the Draft House films, but did I really need it in 4K, or would I have much rather had a 4K release of something that the world didn't know it was waiting to see?
Soul Man. Yeah, I get it.
No. There's a reason why that movie is not coming out, and they're using racism as the way to, hide it from the world. It's not coming out because it's a bad movie. It might be one of the worst movies ever made. And it was so culturally insensitive.
It really was.
In a bad way. It's
I'm just going to keep bringing it up.
What?
Soul Man, until they release it.
Yeah, I am. Yeah. I mean, it was a bad decision on C. Thomas Howell's agent to bring him that script.
I thought it was kind of a out of left field role for Leslie Nielsen also. He does have probably the most memorable scene from the movie, which is also like the worst scene in the movie.
First of all, don't talk about Canada's treasure. Don't talk about the man who turned my Aunt Shirley's name into a joke.
Oh no, I love Leslie Nielsen. I'm just saying it was.
No, don't talk about the man who created 6 episodes of from the files of Police Squad. And while that show was forgotten by the masses, it came back into a trilogy of hilarity.
Yes.
I mean, it was the last great thing OJ did in his career. I mean, right now I know he's out there with Kato Caitlin driving around the country aimlessly searching for the killers. Sure, he spent some time in jail. What?
I said, is he actually doing that?
No, that was what he was going to do afterwards. He was going to donate his time to search for the killer. And let's think it. There's a good chance every time he looked in the mirror, he saw the killer.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. OJ has done a lot of evil things for the world. He may or may not have murdered his ex-wife and her boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
He may or may he was found guilty of theft. He was in Capricorn 1, so I'll give him that one. He was hilarious in the Naked Gun films.
Yeah, he really was.
But all of that aside, he introduced the world to the Kardashians. They became famous because their dad was OJ's lawyer. They were fame whores. Somehow they got a reality show. Somehow Bruce Jenner was married to this woman. And we are talking about Bruce Jenner, the Olympic medalist and the star of the great disco movie, You Can't Stop the Music, the story of the Village People.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Also starring Steve Guttenberg.
Hold on. What's this movie called? I have to add it.
Can't
to my-
Stop the Music. I'm pretty sure it's not really the story of the Village People.
Oh, that brings it down a notch for me. I can't stop the music. There it is.
I haven't seen it since I was a
Oh.
kid.
Wow. Yeah, it says it's a loose biography of the Village People.
yeah. It's hey guys, let's form a band that has a cowboy, a police officer, a Native American, a construction worker, a Fonzie type wearing leather.
Who does Bruce Jenner play? Just himself?
No, he plays a dude who's somehow involved in the music industry and getting the band together. Again, that's all I remember. And I'm pretty sure they sang all their hits. I'm pretty sure it ended with YMCA as the grand finale.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, Valerie Perrine, who is in Superman the Motion Picture, is also in this movie. I think she might have been the love interest. Ironically, the Village People were not interested in her.
That's weird.
Dude, the story of them is so fucking fascinating. At some point, someone's going to have to make a movie of it. But
Oh yeah, I feel like a biopic's coming.
I hope so. I also found it really funny that Trump liked to have play YMCA and everyone in the crowd was getting into it. But yet all of those people would be the ones who would sign a don't say gay bill immediately or vote it into law.
Yeah.
The irony isn't lost on me on how dumb those people are.
But he had to have something catchy to do his dance to.
Yeah, but the irony, the irony. I could just see if they get their way and they want to do basically outlaw love, and they'll be like, oh no, not the Village People,
Yeah.
not Liberace. Ian McKellen.
That's how it'll happen too.
Well,
Like,
TV.
whoa, we didn't mean these gay people.
Not the ones that are. No, it's just so stupid. It's so stupid. And which I find amazing because I'm sure we'll get to it because I know it's in there. All right, what else do you get?
This one I know nothing about, but everyone was on a let's try and get this slipcover sold out wagon. So I got into it. It's the Severed Arm.
Our friend Brian is the one who really wants this one to sell out. It's a good movie. It's a really good movie. A little bit of twist.
Is it there's a psycho loose with an axe, his trademark Severed Arm. Oh, so it's like a slasher.
Yeah.
I don't know why I was thinking it was going to be like a
I was too, and I was
like a martial arts or something.
No, I thought it was going to be about a hand that was severed that was coming and killing people.
Yeah, that would make more sense than what I was thinking.
Really, at the beginning, the only kung fu was Kung Fu Vixens. That was a porno, and not a very good kung fu movie.
Hmm.
They didn't really concentrate on the martial arts part of it. In fact, it was like they watched one martial art film and went, all right, let's try this.
Yeah.
All right, you're not trained, just
So it was just like all the martial arts in every Rudy Ray Moore movie.
no. No. Rudy Ray Moore was a black belt in Kung Fu.
I think that needs to be examined a little closer.
Rudy Ray Moore trained a cadre of students in the martial art of Kung Fu. Those fight scenes in Dolomite 2, the Human Tornado, are insane.
Maybe it was just like the bell bottoms really holding him back.
No, man. The untrained eye couldn't see the finesse of the movement. The pain.
I believe you.
You know, now that you have them in high def, you'll notice that Rudy Ray Moore, how much he was holding back.
I'll look out for it.
All right. Let's see what's next.
This one looks like a double feature: Primeval and Lurkers.
Both really good films.
Yeah,
I like both of them.
cool. Yeah, I never heard of either of them.
Neither did I. Again, dark recesses of the vault somewhere. Vinegar Syndrome doing the Lord's work and bringing some of these movies, putting these movies out.
This one I had to get to fill up the box set, and I'm just gonna do one of these deals. Taboo 4. I apparently had all the others. I heard that there's really good continuity in these.
Yeah, there isn't. there isn't. I will say this movie is my favorite. Actually, 3 is my favorite. This is my second favorite. Because it has Ginger Lynn, and
This is your second favorite of the taboos.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just because I had a crush on Ginger Lynn.
Nice.
Yeah, 80s Ginger Lynn. Just need
Is
to
that what this
clarify.
is?
Yeah, that's 80s.
Oh yeah. I have, and this was a reorder. I had got it off of Amazon when we actually talked about the movie, and the slipcover was super damaged, so I sent it back and reordered it during the sale. And it is Rush Week, which I actually really enjoyed.
Pamela Ludwig, Greg Allman, and the hilarity and hijinks of Keg. Or whatever they were called. They should have been Keg.
Yeah, I forget what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got the Agfa horror trailer show, which I'm assuming is just all trailers.
Yes and no. It's not full trailers. It's a fun mixtape.
Okay.
And
Just something you can kind of like have on in the background or something.
In the commentary they talk about it, they said the trailer trauma stuff that Garage House was putting out is like the best. Why try to compete with that? And they'll just do it their own way.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of Vinegar Syndrome trailers on there.
Nice.
So
and this one slipcover is actually kind of cool. It's the Scream Queen little documentary there.
oh yeah. That it's a fun.
So tight. I can't.
It's a really interesting movie. We have every month we have a organization at work, and we talk about like, you know, interesting films and stuff. And every couple of months they actually show it. We have a film club, and like the last one was really cool French film Diva, and when before it was Paris is Burning, and they are considering doing that one for Halloween.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, I've actually seen this one before on Shudder, but saw that it had a ton of special features on it, so I wanted to check those out.
Yeah,
But yeah, I thought it was a very interesting little documentary.
they also talk about why that one was so different from all the others.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the director knew he was making a film for the gay audience, right?
Yeah,
There was just way too
seemed
much
like it, yeah.
subtext.
Yeah.
Way too much. It's a very I like it because it's like very different, but I also hate it because it doesn't fit the narrative of the Elm Street series,
Yeah.
which I think is going to be the big October reveal for Shout Factory.
You think so? Like one of their big 4K things?
I think they're going to do a box set.
Nice. But
I mean,
4K?
you know how expensive that would be?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't I wouldn't buy it because I want to subscribe again.
Mm.
And if it's, I mean, Barnes and Noble and Best Buy go for like anywhere between 30 and 50. Do you think the Elm Street series would include Freddy versus Jason and the remake of Nightmare?
I wouldn't think so. I don't think they would. Because it's the one is in the Jason box, isn't it?
Yeah, but but there might not be people who have bought the Jason box and are just Freddy fans,
Yeah.
so they would want that in there as well. And the Freddy and the Jason one or Friday 13th had the remake in there, which is the only thing on there I have not watched. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, maybe it will then.
All right. What else? What else?
We're getting into the stuff everyone else has now. Thriller.
A Cruel Picture. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I watched They Call Her One Eye, and
So that's the
non-porn.
okay.
Yeah. I didn't want. I'm going to tell you it's going to be difficult for me to watch the porn one, and I know that's weird coming out of my mouth, but I just think it's unnecessary, and it's already it's not an easy film to watch. There's a Swedish comic who lives here in DC, and I think she's really funny, and she has a joke about the movie Midsummer. I would like her to watch, and I would like her to watch this the They Call Her One Eye version, just so I can ask her, why the fuck did your country produce something like this? Because the movie goes into some very evil and dark places.
Do you feel like it's probably the worst thing to come out of Sweden? Movie wise?
I mean, what we're going to say, because as we talked about on one of the shows, I'm a huge fan of the Pippi Longstocking series. And I think that's the best thing that has come out of Sweden. And I'm going to be honest, I don't know what other Swedish movies I may or may not have seen.
Yeah.
It's Pippi Longstocking. Which one?
I said I can't think of a single one now after I said
it. It's Pippi Longstocking and Thriller, A Cruel Picture. All right.
That's what you have to go off of.
But here's the thing. You know what? Again, I am glad this one came out. I'm glad that Vinegar Syndrome won their little beef with Synapse.
Mm-hmm.
After watching The Caller one, I remember why I didn't really go back to watch these movies very often. I just I don't know. It's such a mean movie, and I know the revenge sequence pays it off, and it pays it off in spades, but I wanted to pop in the movie and just give her a hug. It's gonna be okay.
I feel like that's something we should talk about in another episode. Like buying movies that you know you're not going to watch again, and you know why you still buy them.
No, I mean, yeah, well, that's a great topic. Fuck yeah. Yeah, I'll just right now just springball because sometimes when you watch a movie when you're older or from a different perspective, the movie changes.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna be honest, the only reason I bought both versions of Thriller from Synapse, was because there was a Tarantino great Tarantino connection from Kill Bill and Daryl Hannah's character.
Oh yeah.
So that's what made me buy it. And I didn't know which version to buy, so I bought both of them. And I'm like, oh wow, this makes me feel kind of a little bit dirty. And it's a sleazy film, and there's aspects of it I like. I love the revenge sequence. I love the way she went to get her training, which when we talk about this movie in depth, I have a whole thoughts on that one. But I think it's also an important film, because there's a reason why countries, or I don't know if it was actually banned in Sweden, but it's not a feel-good film. And it makes you think just how evil the world is in some places, and it's not a movie that makes you feel good. But you know what? There's a reason why it's subtitled A Cruel Picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's go to one that I think will make me feel good, and that is Voyage of the Rock Aliens.
Oh my. All right. So I have a history of this movie. The trailer is on a trailer compilation. I think it's on one of the trailer traumas. And I'm like, I really need to see this movie. And when I saw Vinegar Syndrome was playing it, I'm like, fuck yeah, this is going to be phenomenal. And then people were already hating on it like pretty early on, like, oh, this movie's so fucking dumb. And I'm like, this is gonna be another Surf 2. I'm gonna be in the minority on this one. But when I started watching it, I'm like, I think I've seen this. No, probably not. I've watched the trailer numerous times, so maybe I feel like I've seen it. And then there's a scene with Michael Berryman and an actress who is on Friends, but like in a supporting role. I haven't seen Friends, but that's what the bio said for IMDb her, because she's on other sitcoms as well. But I realized I saw it back in the day when it was on HBO or one of the other pay channels, or maybe USA, and kind of liking it. And I still kind of like it. It's really fun. In my opinion, again, if we're going to do a double feature, it'd be this and Hard Rock Zombies.
Yeah. Does this one actually have like a? Is this one more of a musical?
Oh yeah,
Or s-
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
Nice.
musical.
Nice.
I found it on Spotify, the soundtrack on Spotify, and I've been listening to it as I've been driving around.
Nice. Oh, yeah, I'm excited for that one. I was really hoping for more of a musical out of Hard Rock Zombies.
Hard
So
Rock Zombie still was a musical.
yeah, I want dance numbers.
You got dance numbers in rock and roll. Voyage of the Rock Aliens.
Next one is the new Drive-In Horror High and Stanley. Pretty cool looking. I like that they kept the little red lines going across it like the old ones. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, no, I like that they brought the continuity back. What sucks is the movies are on 2 discs.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
I think they'd be able to fit both of those on one.
I'm guessing it's the extras, or there might be a rights reason they had to do it this way.
Hmm.
All right, what else you get? Hold on. Going back to Stanley. I've seen it before. The main actor, a guy named Chris Robinson, he directed a movie that came out from Garage House called The Intruder. Actually, I really like that one. Also, he had a history on daytime television playing the evil, diabolical Dr. Rick Weber on General Hospital, and he was something else on a show called Another World. Ironically, or not coincidentally, it is not about parallel Earths.
What's it about?
It's about the lives and loves of people in Bay City,
Oh, okay.
Michigan. I've been to Bay City, Michigan. There is nothing otherworldly about it. Almost got killed in Bay City, Michigan.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I was doing a set. That's one story. I was doing a set, and this comedian who wasn't on the show, who was just there for the open mic afterward and thought he was like the biggest star in the world, like he was better than everyone else, was heckling all of the comedians during their sets. So I was like the second to last. So I already had some prepared comebacks.
Yeah.
And I was zinging them out, and the audience was loving it. And one of his friend was sitting up front going, during my set, he was going, "Shucky ducky," and I'm like, can you please say that again? He's like, "Shucky ducky." I'm like, you should shucky ducky yourself the fuck out of here. And then like security took them both out. And the comic was like, "I'm going to fucking kill you. I'm going to pop a cap in your ass." And I am like, you are the dumbest criminal in the world. There is you have 45 witnesses here.
What does that even mean? Shucky ducky.
I have no idea, but Booker T used to say it on WWE all the time.
Shucky ducky.
I don't
I
know.
don't remember that.
I don't know. And he didn't say pop a cap in your ass. He said something more vulgar, and I don't want to say it on here. I was just going for the lamest thing a guy could say.
Yeah. Other than shucky ducky.
I don't know, man. It was. If you're a comic, you don't heckle another comic during their set, especially when you're only on the fucking open mic.
Yeah. Everybody knows that rule.
Obviously, that guy did it. And there was another guy who did it his friend did it. And then he was like trying to get on my shows. I'm like, you're not getting on my fucking shows. You're going to shut your friend up. All right, let's talk about movies.
Next one. Scared to Death.
Yeah, it's a movie.
Yeah.
I don't know what might be more boring, the movie or the book.
I'm gonna do maybe I'll read the book first and see how they compare. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'll do.
I hope there's a paragraph in there from the writer going, if you've made it this far, you are glutton for punishment. If you think it's going to get better, you're wrong. I tried to make it better, but this script movie was a steaming pile of shit. It really made no sense. I tried to make sense of it. That is why I'm doing exposition right here as a plea for help, because obviously the folks at Vinegar Syndrome's book unit aren't going to read it because they know how the story goes. All right.
Hopefully it's not too terrible. Next is Miami Connection, which I have heard great things about the band's music.
Friends for eternity.
Um,
The movie, you know, they are. I can't remember the name of the Central Florida's hottest nightclub. Oh, Park Avenue, Central Florida's hottest nightclub. You know, for their new band, the sound of, I can't remember, it was Dragon Sound.
Yep. I'm excited for that one. I've never seen it, but I've always heard people talk about it.
Yeah, it's great, and the story of how they got it was great.
I have not heard that story.
It was just some guys who worked at the Alamo Draft House, you know, bought about a bunch of movie reels off of eBay. I think they bought on the title Miami Connection or Escape to Miami alone, and they put the first reel up a night where it was just, they played the first reel of movies, and depending on the reaction, they would do something with it.
Mm-hmm.
And Miami Connection just got a huge reaction. They had to track down the writer, director, star, and he was in shock that anyone wanted anything to do with his movie. And then it just took on a life of its own. For a while, you could buy it on DVD from his website before, you know, it was even coming out from Draft House Films.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna say this one is it's worth the upgrade. A lot of the extras were ported over from it. It also has the original cut of the film Escape from Miami, which I hope would have answered my biggest unanswered question from it, but it didn't. And when you watch it, you'll realize some of the movie is dubbed, and you'll figure it out what my issue with it is.
Okay.
It doesn't ruin it, but it just, I thought there would have been a more interesting story.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll have to talk about it.
Yep.
Next is Red Surf. I don't know which one of these is the front.
I'm gonna read something to you. I'm gonna
Okay.
read something. I'm going to read my review on Letterboxd of Red Surf. I think that might be the last movie I reviewed. All right. Red Surf, 1 star. I had no idea that Gene Simmons, George Clooney, a dude who was on Melrose Place, and the guy who played Tommy on Alice made a movie. I wish I didn't. It also proved if this movie or Batman and Robin couldn't destroy his career, nothing could. I will admit I liked how the movie started. Too bad everything after it was complete and utter shit. That's my review.
Good. Oh man, I was excited about that one.
I was too. George Clooney is a junkie. Pretty much interested me. But the guy who played Tommy from Alice, and no one said kiss my grits to him, and that he would just look at the camera like, what the fuck? Or like in Cruel Intentions, when the guy who played Pacey got into his car, and when he turned the radio on, it was the theme from Dawson's Creek. And he had a visceral reaction to it. And I'm like, it was funny because I got the joke. Future generations will not get that joke.
I did not remember that.
Until someone watches Dawson's Creek and they hear that song, I don't want to wait for my life to be over.
My little brother was obsessed with that show and watched it every single morning. Terrible.
No. The Creek was an amazing show. How many guys do you know had their own creek? How many guys do you know had a best friend who worked at a video store, who banged the hot teacher who came to the video store? Then you had Dawson. He was torn between his best friend Joey and the cute girl who moved next door to stay with her grandma, but had a wild past. Dawson's Creek was the perfect show for the perfect time. I think it was on right before Buffy, or right after Buffy. So I had to watch it.
Yeah.
Because I was already high, and I'm like, this just seems like a really good choice to make. It's like I don't have to think about what to watch next.
And you didn't have to think while you were watching it.
But you know what? I didn't want to wait for my life to be over. All right.
All right. I have a Cloak and Dagger. I do love these VSU boxes.
Yeah, they're really beautiful. It's a beautiful design. It fits the theme of the movie.
Yeah.
I think the slip cover though it's even better.
The one that looks like the game.
Yeah, like the old Atari cartridge, and it has a raised little price tag on it. I had a flashback of when I worked at Kmart back in the day.
Yeah.
I would have probably been one of the guys pricing it, going, I want this game.
It's a pretty good price though, $9.97.
Yeah, it's an unrealistic price for back in the day. Those things are like $50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all the movies. I got this thing to open. I don't remember what's in it.
Well, where are all your partner label shit?
I didn't get them yet. I think they're must be coming separate.
You didn't, that was for partner label month. I'm talking about the partner label stuff that was in the previous. They came out. They released early in May. Like Doris Wishman.
Oh, I ordered those before the sale. Actually.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because they were getting so low that I just grabbed them.
Yeah, I just said ship with my order.
Yeah.
So
well,
you got
I wasn't a subscriber at that time. Yes, it is a record that I'll definitely be able to listen to.
Which record?
Someday. There's two.
All right, I'm jealous. that just looks beautiful.
Yeah, I did not remember that I got that. I do not remember getting this either.
Which one's that? We should definitely talk about that movie.
All right, I'll see if I have it. That's
so
everything.
So how many? So that's a shitload of titles. How big is your backlog?
I'll be lucky if I get through it before before I'm dead.
Yeah, that's like a big reason I didn't really go hog wild on either sale, because my unwatched pile is getting bigger, and I've been trying to control that from happening.
Yeah. I feel like these are pretty much all in the watch pile other than what we watch for this show.
Yeah, I mean, you need to watch Voyage of the Rock Aliens, because that movie's about to hopefully undergo a resurgence.
I'm actually really excited for that one and the one from the prior month. What was it, Alien Private Eye?
Yeah, how all right. So I think this is going to be released before our actual episode is. I'm going to put this one up tomorrow morning, and then start putting all the other ones up. But how the hell did we let Brian talk us out of Alien Private Eye? I was excited to watch that. He's like, "Oh, let's watch Over the Top." We lost control.
That's what we get for having a late night talk.
My God. It's just fucked up that we let the junior member of the team go. Let's go off script for a minute. Let's I'm the wild card now. We are going to watch Over the Top. And I was just praying, please let it be on a service I don't have. And then I went to justwatch.com and typed it in, and it's like Amazon Prime. Fuck you, Jeff Bezos. Fuck you. But Jeff, also I love you, because Amazon has been a really good service to get me movies and books and groceries and pet food, and proving that I am one step away from becoming a shut-in.
Yeah, you pretty much could.
Yeah. You mean I don't have to go to the store to buy toilet paper? Yes. Send me 2,000 rolls, please.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of excited to watch Over the Top, though. I think it's I've seen it a lot, and there's one aspect of the movie that I have a lot to talk about with you guys.
Well, I will be watching it for the first time since I was a teenager.
Ooh, nice.
So I'll be watching it from a different perspective.
Yeah.
And I'll probably still hate it, because I hate the kid.
Yeah, the kid is the worst.
Yeah. Fun fact, in doing my research, and I know this because my bubby watched the show General Hospital all the time. So whenever I came home, she'd be watching it, which meant I would be watching it. And the kid from Over the Top, dad was the lead actor in Stanley.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He was also in the Christina Applegate Hooker movie. I can't remember the name of it, but he was her street urchin boyfriend, and together they were on the run from a corrupt cop. I do hope Vinegar Syndrome re-releases that, because it deserves to be seen in high def, not just this DVD of it. But I think that does it for our unboxing video. I am about to collapse.
That was a long one.
I thought it was girthier.
It was, that's some girth to it. Herschel savageness.
Did you have to hide that box for your wife as you brought it into the house?
No.
Did you hope she was napping as you put it under your shirt, trying to sneak it down to your man cave?
She's aware of my addiction.
Oh man, I'm going to talk about it a little bit tomorrow night. I made a big purchase this week.
Okay.
Movie
related, or
it is movie related, but it's a book. I finally bought Nightmare USA.
Nightmare. I feel like I just saw it somewhere.
Stephen Thrower's book, and
Hmm.
it's always been hovering about over $60. But because I kept on looking at it, like I check it every week, I got an email from Amazon on Wednesday saying, "Oh, it's $51 now." I'm like,
Ooh, nice.
so I ordered it, but it's coming. I didn't realize it's from a different seller. It's not Amazon, so it's coming Wednesday.
Nice.
Yeah, I promised myself no more big purchases, but
So you're gonna stay away from the Arrow sale.
this morning I actually thought about driving down to Tyson's Corners, Barnes and Noble to check it out because they have a really good selection there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, Robert, if you didn't pre-order it, you didn't pre-order it for a reason.
Yeah.
So I decided to watch a movie and then go to Chinese buffet.
Also a good choice.
Also, I'm going to say I didn't make a good choice with either decision. The movie I watched or Chinese buffet. Yeah.
I've
And by
always
the
loved
back,
some Chinese.
no, there's one I kind of like going to, but it's out of the way and it's in a disgusting strip mall next to a CD record store, DVD store, which is really dusty and just dirty. But it was, everything today was like lukewarm, and that's not how you keep food.
You're
Like,
getting like the lunch leftovers.
I was there. I don't know. I always worry it's just the leftover food from the night before.
Uh-huh.
And it's one of those places you have to get home within a certain amount of time. according to Waze, it was a 23-minute drive. I needed to get home in 19. I got home in 22 and it was okay. Barely, but it was okay.
I was gonna say, did you just
Nope.
reveal to everyone that you
No.
crapped your pants?
No. I had to run in, and we had minutes to spare, minutes.
Well, you made it. That's all that matters.
It was because I have gray car seats and yeah. I do not want that to ever happen. So I might be staying away from that Chinese buffet.
Yeah. Might be a good choice, it sounds like.
Yeah. I just walked to the one that's closer to my house. But all right, we will see you in past episodes. We have twists and turns, and the conclusion is we'll be watching Over the Top.
Yes.
Look forward to that episode. And twists and turns, revelations, returns, departures, a midget dancing. None of that will happen, or will it? Tune in to find out. And if Matt's wife wants to give a response to his spending habits and contribution to the future generation of Vinegar Syndrome fans.
Yep. These are going to be in the will.
You might be able to get $2 for it.
Yeah.
When they realized that they could make their own slip covers with them fancy 3D printers, they all became worthless overnight. Vinegar Syndrome stopped being currency.
Yeah, it'll happen one day, but until then, this is the will.
Well, no, here's the thing. These things are, in 10 years, these things are going to be extremely valuable with the slip covers.
Mm-hmm.
Because at some point, these these are gonna people's life will happen. Collections will be lost for one reason or another. I know, like, when you sell to some stores, they get rid of the slip covers, like Vintage Stock did in Kansas City. They're like, do you want these? I'm like, yeah, I'll take them, but we don't sell them.
That's weird.
Yeah. But at least they still sell the stuff, so I can't complain. All right, we'll be back with new episodes pretty soon, and thank you to Matt's credit card for supporting this video. And don't forget to hit subscribe.
Yes.
Bye.